If you're thinking about starting an online business, stop for a second before you buy a domain, you pick a niche, or sign up for another course. There are a few things that nobody tells you at the very beginning. And most of them are exactly why people quit around month 3. I've been doing this for years. I've built businesses that worked, and I've wasted time and money on the ones that didn't. So today I want to walk you through what I wish someone had told me before I started. The things that actually matter, not the hype. And the first thing is, don't chase a trend just because everyone's talking about it. So every year there is a new thing online. AI tools, print on demand, dropshipping, faceless YouTube videos, and every time a wave of videos shows up telling you that this is the easiest way to make money right now. And I want to be clear here, these business models are not the problem, because I run some of them myself and I make videos about most of them on this channel, because they genuinely work when you do them properly. But the problem is that people are jumping into one of these businesses only because it's everywhere right now, without checking if it actually fits how you want to work and without sticking with it long enough to see if it works for you. So before you start, ask yourself 2 things. Am I picking this because it fits me or because it's just trending this month? And am I ready to give this real time, or will I be on to the next big thing in 6 weeks if it doesn't take off right away? And most people who fail at a business model didn't fail because the model was bad. They failed because they switched ideas every few months and never gave one of them a real shot. And there is also a second layer to this in 2026 that's easy to miss. You should check how AI is already changing the business model that you're considering. If AI tools can already do 80% of what you're planning to sell as a service, then you need a plan for that from day one, not 6 months in when you notice that your inquiries are slowing down. That doesn't mean that you should avoid the idea, but it means that you should go in with your eyes open about what makes you different from just an AI tool that someone could use instead of you. The second thing I wish I had known is to stop searching for the perfect niche. This is where so many people get stuck. They spend weeks, sometimes months, trying to find the exact right topic, the exact right angle, the exact right name, and they just never actually start. So instead of obsessing over a topic, think about just a person, one specific person that you want to help. What are they struggling with right now? What do they wish someone would explain to them in plain English? And when you get clear on the person, the niche figures itself out. You're not a generic business coach. You're the person helping tired new moms build a side income in an hour a day. Or you're not just a generic Pinterest account manager. You're the person helping beginner bloggers with 0 traffic get their first 1,000 visitors a month. So try this. Write 2 or 3 sentences about who this person is. What are they dealing with right now? What do they want their life to look like in a year? And what is stopping them from getting there? And once you have that written down, every content idea, every product idea, every caption gets easier for you because you're writing to one person instead of guessing what everyone wants. And the next thing you should know is to start building your email list before you have anything to sell. This is the part that most beginners skip, and it's the one that I would first fix if I were starting over. Whatever platform you build on, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, you don't own that audience. The platform does. Algorithms change, accounts get flagged, trends move on, but your email list is different. That one is yours, and nobody can take it away from you. So even before you have a product, you should start collecting emails. A short checklist, a simple guide, one free template that solves one small problem for your person, that is enough to get someone to trust you with their email. And I partnered with Constant Contact for this part of the video because email marketing scares off a lot of beginners. And it really shouldn't, because they just launched Starter Email. It's a lightweight plan built specifically for creators and small businesses who just need to send emails, nothing more. It's $6 or £4 a month, and it's not one of those from prices. It's actually a fixed price, and you get unlimited contacts, and you can send up to 2,500 emails a month, which covers most people comfortably in their first year or two of business. You get these beautiful email templates, and you can start sending without any complicated setup, and even if you don't have any design skills. You can also track your email performance, clicks and opens, and so on. So if you've been putting off starting your email list because every tool felt too expensive or too complicated, this is worth a look. Check the first link in the description below. The next thing you should know is that your product doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be validated. A lot of people rush this step. What happens is that they build something because they personally like the idea, without checking if anyone else would actually pay for it. So before you spend weeks building anything, ask yourself this: does this solve a problem that people are already trying to solve? Are they already spending money or their time on it in some other way? And if the answer is no, that's information for you. It's not failure. It just means that you adjust before you start building and not after you started. You also don't need to be the only option out there in your market. You need a reason someone picks you specifically. That could be your experience, your story, a very specific angle that nobody else is covering, or simply that you explain things in a way that actually makes sense to beginners. Figure out your version of that before you launch. And a quick way to check yourself is to go and find 5 to 10 people who might be your person, say in a Facebook group or maybe in the comments of a similar creator, wherever they hang out, and ask what is their struggle. Not what they think of your idea, but what they're actually stuck on right now. And if the same problem keeps coming up, then you have your starting point. If you cannot find anyone with a problem, it's worth to know it before you spend months building the solution. Next, pick one platform, just one. I know the advice out there is to be everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, a podcast all at once. In theory, more platforms means more reach. But in practice, it's the fastest way to burn out and get good results on none of these platforms. So when you're just getting started, you don't know your audience yet. You don't know what content works. You don't know how the algorithm on any of these platforms actually behaves, right? And that's a lot to learn all at once across 5 different platforms. So pick one, learn it properly, figure out what your audience responds to, what your style is, what actually gets watched or read on that platform. And once you've built something there, then you can expand. I have tried spreading myself across too many platforms before, and I can tell you, it's best to establish your presence on one platform first, and only then you can add the next platform. And the easiest way to pick the platform is just to choose the one that you already enjoy using, not the one that everyone says that this is hot right now. So for example, if you can't stand short-form video, then don't force yourself onto TikTok because it's trendy. You will not stay consistent with something that you dread opening every day. And consistency is the entire game here. And the next thing you should know is do not expect results in month 1. And don't measure your progress just in dollars yet. Because nobody can promise you when your business will make actual money. Anyone who does it is not being honest with you. What I can tell you is this: in the first few months, your job isn't to make money. Your job is to learn the platform, build a habit, and get your first pieces of content or your product out into the world. The businesses that actually make it are usually the ones where the person just kept showing up even when the results were slow or invisible at first. Not because they were more talented, just because they didn't quit in month 2 when nothing seemed to be working yet. So set yourself a simple rule. Pick one action that you will repeat every single week, no matter what. One video, one blog post, one newsletter. Not 5 things, just one. And if you do that one thing consistently for a year, you will have 50 plus pieces of content, real proof of your work, and an audience who has watched you show up over and over. Next thing you should know is to protect your energy, not just your time. This one surprises people, but let me explain what I mean. You can block out 3 hours a day for your business, sit down, and still get almost nothing done because your energy is somewhere else. Maybe you spent the morning just scrolling. Maybe you're stressed about something unrelated. Maybe you didn't sleep well and you're running on fumes. Time on the calendar means nothing if your focus isn't actually going into the work. So before you obsess over finding more hours in your day, look at where your energy is actually going. If you dedicate 30 focused minutes to real work, this will move your business further than 2 hours when you were distracted. And another thing you should know is that you will feel unsure the whole time. And that's normal. There is this idea that at some point you will feel ready, fully confident, fully clear on your next step, no doubts left. But that moment doesn't really come. Every person running a business that you admire is figuring most of it out as they go, including the ones who look like they have it all together on camera. So don't wait to feel ready before you start. Send the email, post that first video, set that price, even if you're not 100% sure that it's right. You adjust as you learn, but don't try to do it before you begin. And when the doubt shows up, and it will, believe me, try this. Write down exactly what you are afraid of. Not just a vague feeling, but the actual sentence. For example, I'm afraid that nobody will buy this, or I'm afraid that people I know will judge me. And then next to it, write down what's actually likely to happen if that fear comes true. Most of the time, when you spell it out, it's a lot smaller and it's a lot more survivable than it felt in your head. This exact exercise has gotten me to hit publish on things that I almost was ready to delete or stop working on. So if you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and if you want to learn how I would start today a one-person business with AI, I will link for you that video up there. I'll see you in the next one.